Good morning, students of 7th ICSE. We have completed our portions for first term last week itself, and we started with history lesson unit 1 and 2 last week, and this week we are going to see geography unit 1 and 2. Already I have told you we have minimized the lesson, and for this first term, that is quarterly exam, I have completed 6 lessons altogether: history, civics and geography. So I have stopped with this and I started the revision last week. And let's see the geography unit 1, representation of geographical features. Already I taught you this lesson. Once again, just we will revise for Tuesday's exam. That is geography. I told you in general I am going to ask from the lesson, so that it will be useful for you to recall what we have learnt. Already I have taught you the geographical features. I have given the introduction and some of the topics, that is use of colors on a topo sheet, and then about the scale, and below the scale how the scales are taught by the statement, by a representative fraction, and by the graphic or linear scale, and then about the measuring distance on a map using scales, measuring straight line distance and measuring curved line distance, and then finally I taught you about the conventional signs and symbols. So in short, we will just recall what all we have learnt in this lesson, geographical features. The large-scale maps prepared by the Survey of India on the basis of the actual survey of land are called the topographical maps or the topo sheet. The topo sheets for the whole country are prepared on a scale of 1:50,000. On the map, the network of parallels and meridians is called a grid. When the set of vertical and horizontal lines drawn in red is called the arbitrary grid system. Different colors such as blue, red, yellow, brown, green and black are used to show physical, economic and cultural features on a topo sheet. The scale is the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance. It is shown on a map in 3 ways, that is by the statement, by representative fraction or ref, and by the geographical or linear scale. The method in which the scale of a map is started in words is called a statement. This method has 2 limitations. First, this method can only be used by those who are familiar with the unit of measurement given in the statement. And secondly, when the map we see the map of the statement, that is the scale is the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance. It is shown on the map in 3 ways. Already I told you. The method in which the scale of a map is started in words is called a statement. This method has 2 limitations. Already I told you about the first one. The second one is when the map is enlarged or reduced, the statement of scale in the new map changes. The method in which the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is given as a fraction is called the representative fraction or RF. This method has universal application in map making. The method in which the map distance is shown using a straight line is called a graphic or linear scale. This scale remains correct even after enlargement or reduction of a map. On a map, the straight line distance can be measured using a strip of paper, while a curved line distance can be measured using a thread or an instrument called opsometer. Different signs, symbols, and letters are used to show information on a topo sheet. These are called the conventional signs and symbols. Already we have written the test of the book back question, and some of the important questions I will be telling now. You can just review and see the video, and you can get ready for the geography test on Monday. Now we see the colors of the topo sheet. Just I will be giving you the color. For example, if I tell you blue color, so it represents the water bodies. So it is red, settlement. Then yellow, cultivated areas. Brown, farmlands or contrast. Then green, forested or forested or shrubs. Black, it represents the names, brown boundaries and etc. So many it represents the boundaries, railways, telephone, also the telegraph line. This in page 4 and 5. You can go through that and correctly the colors is given. You can write that. And then we can see the 2 points on a map measured along a straight line. That is called the map distance. The 2 places on the ground measured along the straight line is called the ground distance. That is representative fraction. That is map distance by ground distance. It is in page number 5. 4 and 5 you can go through. Some of the questions are taken from that page. Next we see the primary divisions divided into parts, and then secondary divisions or parts divided into further subdivided into smaller parts. That is called secondary division. That is in the page number 6 we have that. And then there are signs, symbols and letters are used to show the various information on the map. So only few questions I have taken from this lesson. Already I told you the pages. Just concentrate on these pages and little dark and block letters. Just read the sentence and understand. From this I will be asking some of the questions. Next, unit 2, atmosphere. Okay, the Earth's atmosphere. Then already I have told you what is the atmosphere and composition of the air. What is composition of the air? Then structure of the atmosphere. That is, we have troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. And then below that, the importance of the earth composition we have seen. Then after that we saw about the greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect? And then global warming. Below the global warming, the impact. The global warming would have its impact in the following ways. What are the ways? Rise in sea level, change in agriculture, climate change, storage of fresh water, increased health risk, loss of biodiversity and increase in evaporation of the rate. And then measures taken to control the global warming. And we saw about the ozone depletion, and then the prevention of the ozone depletion. This some now we will see some of the important points of this subdivisions. The earth is surrounded by a layer of gases called the atmosphere. The atmosphere is divided into 5 concentric layers, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. All weather phenomena occurs in the troposphere. The stratosphere has concentration of ozone which protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. The jet planes fly in this layer. The mesosphere is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. Meteoroids burn up in this layer. The thermosphere reflects ratio waves back to the earth and thus helps in long distance communication. Ionosphere, the lower part of this layer has ionized molecules. The exosphere is the hottest layer. Hydrogen and helium are found in this layer. The Earth's atmosphere traps a part of the heat energy that comes from the sun and prevents the Earth from becoming too cold at night. This is the greenhouse effect. The gases in the atmosphere which absorbs the heat energy in order to maintain a livable temperature on the earth are called greenhouse gases. The increase in air temperature due to excess accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is called the global warming. The impact of global warming or rise in sea level, change in agriculture, climate change, shortage of fresh water, increased health risk, loss of biodiversity and increase in evaporation rate. Ozone hole is defined as the thickness of the ozone layer below 220 Dobson unit (du). Chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxide and hydrocarbons are responsible for ozone depletion. The Montreal Protocol was signed to phase out the use of ozone depleting substances and to develop non-toxic substances. Okay, now I will tell some of the important questions of the unit 2. Just you can see, rewind and see the unit to get the questions, common questions for the upcoming test on Tuesday. Okay, air which surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. You can see in the first page of that unit 2. Okay, then we have atmosphere is a mixture of, what is that, how the structure of the atmosphere will be: colorless, odorless and tasteless gases. Page number 11 we have this. And then it is composed of gases. What are the gases? Water vapor, dust particle and smoke. And the percentage, the composition of air, what is the percentage of the gas? That is nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21% and other gas 1%. And then we have the outer part of the thermosphere is called the lowest part of the thermosphere is called the ionosphere. In page number 13 we have this. And then greenhouse effect and the greenhouse gases in page number 14. Greenhouse effect prevents the earth that becoming too cold at night. Greenhouse gases maintain livable temperature on the earth. And we have the main pollutant responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. It is in page number 16. Already I told you the block letters which is in dark color. You can concentrate on those sentences. Okay, the main pollutant responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer are the chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons. Okay, then below that we have that in prevention, same page 16. In September 1984, 34 industrialized nations signed the Montreal coal. That it is also in the dark color. You can go through that. Just read each lesson 2 or 3 times so that you can answer all the questions. If you want the clear picture of this common question, you can rewind and see the video of this unit 1 and 2. Okay student, that's all about the revision of this week. That is geography unit 1 and 2. Thank you students.